about it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up? What up? What's up? Happy TGIF Friday. FFFF. Let's fucking go. It's pre-gaming, man. We're ready to roll. It's sports money. I'm excited to be back here. We've had a couple great days this week. Finished it up yesterday with a banger. And what a card we have today. I'm fired up to share it with you guys. We're back in the parlay game. I got a couple straight side parlays as well, but I like this player prop parlay. In fact, I probably spent, I don't even want to tell you how much time I spent on that parlay this morning. It's got to come through for us today. We're going to get into it. We got the Cans and the O's again. We got the Rockies and the Yankees, Arizona and Boston, Texas and Cleveland. We've got the Tigers and the Sox, the White Sox in that case, San Fran and Seattle, Canadian football, and I think I snuck in a PFL spot tonight, a little plus 110 PFL spot. So if we can get these likes up there, I'm happy to share it. Did I leave anything out? I feel like I left something out. I don't know. It's a big card tonight. Man, there's a lot of games going on. I could have a play and everything, but I had to trim it down. I had to look at the numbers, had to try to read the tea leaves a little bit and see where it's going to make the most sense for us to fire and keep building these bankrolls. And I think we got it. I think these are the spots tonight to get us paid. Let's see, one, two. I think there's two double dipper spots. I think there's two double dippers. Everything else is just straight plays, grinding all night. That's what we do on a Friday night. Make sure you get your cocktails ready. Get the ice going now. It's a long night. You're not going to want to run out of ice. Trust me, I know. I've been there. You don't want to have that happen. And let's get to it, you guys. Let's get to work. We got plenty of time. I see Mr. Tomatoes down there. Mr. Tomatoes, I'll tell you what we can do. If you want to start faster, Mr. Potatoes, Mr. Potatoes, here's what I want you to do, brother. I appreciate you coming in. What you can start doing is at 5:30 p.m., start posting out on Twitter to have everybody get here for 6 o'clock on the dot. Because it takes us 30 minutes to get everybody in here. And then I got to go through and deal with repeating the plays, Mr. Tomatoes. So assigning you this task on Monday, my dude. And I love you. There's nothing but love. Appreciate you coming in. Monday, 5:30 p.m. Start tweeting that son of a bitch out there. So when we start at 6, we are ready to go. I saw a message come in. I was like, shit, am I muted? Did Mr. Tomatoes hear me? Mr. Tomatoes, let me know if you accept the challenge, my dude. It's good. All in love. I love you coming in on the regular. I love you being a contributor to what we're building here. But if you will commit to going out there at 5:30, you're going to need to probably post a message at least every 10 minutes so that we can go through that curve. The curve. It doesn't do anybody any good to have to go back and hear me repeat the plays twice. Doesn't mean everybody should come in later. It means we got to get here sooner. And then I'll deliver the goods for you guys. Let's go through yesterday's games. We got some bangers. Pirates and Skeens plus 6+. You guys saw it on Twitter. Winner there. Toronto, team total over 4.5. Winner there. Atlanta, winner. Atlanta, the under 8.5 plus 200. Well, 195. Winner. The Cans plus 135. Winner. Toronto Argonauts. Get the Rouge. Get us the winner. And then Indianapolis, under 34.5. Man. Man. This is what, 7-7 the first 4 minutes into that game. And there was a live total, 42.5. I took it live, figuring there was no way they were going to keep up that pace. But if it wasn't for that busted run with 1.5 minutes to go in that game, we would have had a sweep. We would have had a sweep. But we're going to get to business tonight, you guys. We're going to get to work. You know the deal. hit that thumbs up button. First and foremost, I need your guys' support, man. A couple great days this week. We slacked off yesterday. And it was a big day, you guys. Come on. Come on. Hit that thumbs up. If you haven't done it, we'll give you guys 20 seconds right now. Make sure you've hit it. Make sure you've hit the thumbs up button. Hit it. Hit it. If you're not sure how to do it, X out of the comments. Look down. There's a thumbs up. Hit it. And then go back in and push the comment bar. 5 more seconds. Make sure you hit it. Make sure you hit it. We ain't quitting it, baby. Get that pen and paper out. It's time to go to work. You're going to want to write down not just the plays that I've got for you, but this chat has been firing gas. Even on the spots I blew this week, they were finding a way to come through and get them winners. You guys have all done a tremendous job. Tremendous job. A couple people I want to shout out. Let's get to work. Let's talk about it. Nunya Bets. Jay Peasy. 3 times the fun. Who else we got in this thing here? I don't want to be selective. I want to get everybody on this some bitch. Let's see. Gabe, my guy Gabe Constantly. Master Love 007. Migga Mac Daddy. Rod's a wacky, my brother from another mother. CHD, the Cookie Monster. Mike 707 on the regular. NJ Striker. Man, nothing but love. And I know I'm leaving a ton of people out. Keith, each every stride. Wine Time Sports, man. Cody Norton. I know why the shout out? Man, you guys hitting that thumbs up, making the comments, sharing the love, letting everybody know where you're getting your action, how we're getting paid, means a ton. Means an absolute ton. In fact, let me see if I can do this without screwing it up. What do we got over here? What do we got? Where did I miss it? I think I screwed it up. Shout out to the commenters via YouTube as well. Kind of on the fly with this thing here, but I want to make sure I get to you guys too. So let me do just that. I know we want to get to work, you guys, but look, this shit means something to me, man. It's important. And I appreciate everybody that's on the regular. I know our guy, Justin McKelvey, regular. Joe T, regular. You guys do a great job with it all the time. And I know I'm leaving people out, man. I don't want to leave anybody out. Let me see here. I know everyone wants to get to work. I know they want to get to work. But you know what? Sometimes it's important to make an opportunity to shout out everybody that's doing their job. How could I forget Kelly V, Trisha M, Winner's Circle. Of course, I mentioned our guy Joe T, Ice Viking. How can I forget Ice Viking? Mexican Elvis made some comments out there. Nasty Nate, of course. Silent Rob, Tarek B, Fanatical Jim. I believe it's Voodoo Ranger, my dude. UPS guy. I know that's Smoke and Mirrors alias. Deer Slayer Ski. David Wallace. Dana Delp. I want that cat. Man, listen. It's important. We're working together, not just to beat the books, but to build a flagship community that all of the sports gambling world can look to and go, man, I want what they got. And that's the idea here, boys and girls. So it means a lot to me. I know we got to get to work. I know there's a lot of work to do, but it's all about you guys, and I wouldn't be coming back here on the regular if you guys weren't watching and contributing. And that's not to play favorite stuff, not to miss anybody. I'm sure I missed a ton, and I didn't do it on purpose. It was just something that was sitting there thinking about earlier today. And I know our guys, Sub, MMA, Jeff, Lucas. I know it means a lot to everybody to see your guys' comments. So we're going to get to work. We're going to get to that business. We're going to get to that cash. We're going to do it right now. But truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys all for taking that time. Look it. Sometimes we win. Sometimes we lose. But we do it together as a team, and we're going to do it again tonight. So let's get that pen and paper out. let's get going through the chat, and then let's get to these plays. Mr. Tomatoes is over-ripening as we speak. We want to make sure we get that thing right when it's primed for the plucking. So let's go. Joe T's in the house. My guy, Joe T. And he's got plays of the day. He's got the Cubs Marlins over 8. Huge spot on the old trend board today for that Cubs Marlins over 8 first game of a series. Cubs over 8. Great spots out there, Joe T. Jaguars and Falcons first half over 18.5. Says great job last night. Mike almost, yeah, dude, Joe T. I thought we lost that Toronto game, and then I realized I had to go look and Google the rules of the Rouge. So, and you know what? Speaking of that, I know there's a couple other gentlemen that I missed out on. So I apologize for doing that if I missed out on you guys that, were commenting back and forth. Sean Marino. There's a commenter. Rico Lopez. Commenter. Curved Heat. Commenter. TB. Appreciate you, my dude. Man, and the list goes on. You guys have been tremendous. Nuke workers in there. I know that as well. Anyhow, Joe T's play of the day. There you go. Cubs, Marlins over 8. Jags, Falcons first half over 18.5. The Stacks POD. McCarthy over 1.5 bases at plus 110 for our guy. Stacks. I told you, man. The human flamethrower when it comes to the MMA. And I'm sure all kinds of things as well, but we know him. We love him for his MMA. It was great to have him on screen last Saturday. I hope he can come back this week. I know there's a lot of things going on in the world of Fanatical Jim, but we appreciate his knowledge, his insight, and his overall generally being a good damn person. Over 1.5 rounds for Gracie Yumalatov. I don't know. Sounds about right. He says that's on Fanatics. David Wallace in the house. Joey Harb in the house. Old E says, what up, ladies? Working absolutely wrecking my handicap time, but still cashing. Mr. Tomatoes, there he is, his TGIF gang. Old E, smoking mirrors. Chris Sala in the house, got my cold drink. Says, let's roll. Smoke says, guess you could go watch a gardening show. I think we addressed it. We know the deal here. Let's go. Nasty Nate, a.k.a. the mechanic, a.k.a. the wrench, a.k.a. make sure you hit that thumbs up button. You don't want to know what's going to happen if you don't. Keith eats every stride, man. My dude Keith's got a big Saturday popping off with the Travers. Maybe the crown jewel of the best horse track in all of America. Maybe. Nasty Nate says, hit the like. WTF. NJ Strikers in the house. A humble and gentle Mexican. Pittsburgh Pirates run line for me, guys. And also happy Friday. Have a good weekend from the humble, gentle Mexican. Saturated's in the house says, I require plays for stupid Friday night parlays. Dude. Oh, dude. Jay Peasy says, what up, motherfuckers? My 2 best bets are in the Diamondbacks and Emma Navarro. It's got the Dodgers run line. Says LFG. Looking to tail some more action. Peter says, sup, Mikey? Kid, happy Friday. Kelly McInnes in the house. Let's go, man. Saturated. 10, dude. I think it's 10. If the over is 8.5, then I say 9. If the over is 9.5, I say 10. Maybe they win that division. Saturated. Peter Gracia says, thanks for advice, Mikey. Dutch Boy Fresh in the house, my dude. It's always good to see Dutch. Get that plane in the air, my dude. I'll be joining you shortly. Tarek B says, Big Mike, over under 5 drinks. I got the over. 5 drinks for what? Tonight? Oh, it's Friday, dude. It's Friday. That should at least be a 9.5. That is a trap line, Tarek B. Peter Gracia says, think the Yankees and the over parlay Friday night special. Gonzo's in the house. My dude Gonzo is running effing sharp, man. Check him out. Watch what he's doing, man. When he puts something in the chat, you make sure you get on it. There's Subhuman Gaucho. Vitalis. Let's go, my dude. I will check it out for sure. Winner Circle. He likes the Blue Jays. Natasha Cloud under 17.5 points and assists in the WNBA. I've got a WNBA play. I think that's what I was missing. I think that's the play that I was missing. So we'll talk about that. Fletcher Berry, my dude, says, I'm back in action and ready for a winner tonight. Let's go. Fletcher Berry, my dude. Coin ready to go. TGIF and one more sleep. He's talking about the UFC, baby. It's going to be fun. Last one till we're done for a week. So we want to make sure we go out there and maximize profit. Ronnie Crawford's in the house. He's killing the books overnight with his KBO action. Make sure you follow my dude, Ron Crawford, on X. Sancho says, Mikey, I got cooked yesterday. Need to bounce back. White Sox, Reds, and Orioles for Sancho. Peter Grassi says, wow, it's a busy chat, Mikey. Could be an air traffic controller to be able to keep up with this. Yeah, I mean, look, man, there's a lot. There's a lot to do, but I got to recognize you guys coming in, man. Relly Buns. There's a name I haven't seen before. I like it. I like it. I like it. Ron Crawford giving you guys his play of the day dog. Ron, I'm right there with you, dude. I'm right there with you. I am right fucking there next to you in line, getting ready to cash those tickets. We just got to wait 9 innings, my dude. I think that's a good look. We're going to talk about that game. That's not the official play for me, but we're going to talk about that game. Justin McKelvey, Ken Wood, Skunt Blaster, the chillest. He says, Ron took LA Angels -1 and -1.5. ZC33 says PFL, Professional Fighting League, dude. The PFL, it's a combat weekend up in that piece. It's going to be fun. Ron says the LA Angels have lost every August 23rd for 10 straight years. It stops tonight. Are you fucking serious? Wow. Wow. That is impressive. Steve Bailey says, Mikey, can you give out an EPL play for tomorrow? You know, I've been talking to my dude Subhuman Gaucho about doing some EPL action. So we can talk about that. We can certainly talk about that. Oh, this is my do not tail this bet. DJ LeMahieu in the 9 slot, you guys. Let's go. I see Crystal Craig's out there. Yeah, Ron, I says the Argos missed the field goal. Lost -2.5. I had the money line. My dude. Julian Cesario's in the house. Mexican Elvis says, I only get my action from at Sports Money. Well, listen, dude. We love them all. We love everybody. Love everybody, man. There's a big world out there. We can all grind. We can all grind and do it up. Kelly McKinnis says, time doesn't always work for me, but I always pop in when I can. Brother, I appreciate you, Kelly McKinnis. You found the time to win yourself a free entry to the NFL Survivor Pool, and you know the deal. You keep it all. Tim Slap needs himself 1K. That's it. The rest of it goes to you, my dude. The rest of it goes to you. Man, it's got to be, if it can't be me, then I hope it's one of you guys. We're going to give away more Survivor entries tomorrow too. So stay tuned. Be ready. It's going to be a ton of fun. All right, guys, let's get going. Let's get going here. We've as they like to say, we've rubbed butt enough. Rem Most in the house. What up? He says, no, is that Netflix? I'm not Netflixing and chilling tonight, dude. I'm fucking smashing parlays. I was going to say I'm smashing lines, but that might have a double meaning. I'm going to smash some parlays. I'm going to smash some plays. I'm going to smash the PF fucking L tonight is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it with my boys. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited, you guys. Let's get the pens and pencils out. Damn it, let's go. Kelly says, you get 2K if I win. Said it that night. Dude, listen, I appreciate it. I just want one. The rest is all you, my brother. The rest is all you. It's going to be I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. You know, I get excited for a lot more of the ancillary contests and stuff like that than even the damn sport itself. It's so sharp, but anyway. Oh, I see what he says. LFL, no, NFL preseason. Dude, I'm chapped about the preseason last night. I'm chapped. I thought you were asking me if I was going to Netflix and chill. I was like, no, man. I'm fucking Netflixing and chilling tonight. It's Friday. We got a full card, dude. We got a full card. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's open this thing up. What do we got? Let me clean my shit up here. Let me clean my shit up. Up in her. Let's go through this little 5-lagger here. Player prop parlay is back. You guys know the deal. Got to play them all individually, but man, 21-1 is what we're looking at tonight. 21-1. Leave it up there. I'm going to talk through it with you guys. You guys decide what you're going to do, but man, there's some good prices, some good spots on this thing as well. You'll see the card. Juan Soto, 1+ RBI. Jacques, big C. Peterson. 1+ hit. I don't want to be graphic. I'll drop enough F-bombs tomorrow. I'll slur all over the place tomorrow. I don't want to be graphic. Hunter Brown, over 5.5 Ks. Festa, the old Minnesota Twins, 4+ Ks. Muncy for the Dodgers, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'll explain them again. I'll give you guys the teams as we go. And here's the deal. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about Juan Soto. Juan Soto, fucking beast. He crushes lefties. He crushes righties. He don't give a shit. He just wants to go out there and smash. Want to smash, brother? Go ahead and smash it. He's been doing just that. Over his last 7 days, 6 games played, he's had 22 at-bats, 4 runs, 3 hits. He's got 2 boppers, 2 home runs, and 6 RBIs, a fucking RBI a game. Now, the only concern, he's been walked 4 times in those 6 games, and he struck out 6 times. But despite the cautionary that either you pitch to him or you walk him, and he's been walked almost once a game and he's gotten struck out once a game, he's still smashed 6 RBIs and 2 home runs. Once he gets that, it's gone, and we're scoring. So we're going Juan Soto, first leg in the parlay. What do you want me to say about Jock? You know what my notes say? Again, yeah, he's for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Juan Soto, by the way, for the Yankees. Jock Peterson, 1+ hit, Arizona Diamondbacks. Hunter Brown. There'll be some Hunter Brown. He's part of the Cans rotation that got us the big win last night. Well, he didn't get us the big win last night, but he's part of the team. He's got the sweater. He's on the baseball card, and he's in the team picture. He shit the bed to start the year, despite an abysmal almost 12 ERA to start the month of April. This guy's got now almost a sub-4, and he's been sub-2 ERA in the month of August. Mashing and smashing should lead us to cashing. We got over 5.5 Ks for Hunter Brown. What else we got here? Festa, the old Minnesota Twins, the pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. I like this twin spot tonight. I think they're a good look. And as you look at this thing across the board, here's another guy. Start of the year, he's got himself a 4.96 ERA. Certainly not pretty on paper. But look down, let's drill that microscope down. His last 5 games, he's got a 2 ERA or less. And the best part is he's avoiding the dong. that might have a double meaning too. He's avoiding the home runs. He's got 1 home run in his last 3 games. So, for this guy and his K prop, we took it down. Here's the thing about this guy. 4.5, some plus money out there. So I just took it down to 4. It kind of seems like the books are on 50-50 with this dude, which feels to me like it's 4+ because the hook's going to screw some people on this thing, and I like that 4. And then last but not least, I'm going to a little Muncy for the Dodgers. Now, Muncy is the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Why? This guy's a fucking nightmare for pitchers. Hasn't played a lot in his last 7 days. But when he plays, he kicks ass. He does 2 things. Takes time off and fucks pitchers up. Tonight, he's not taking the night off. You figure out what he's doing. His last 7 days, he's got 3 games that he played. Just 3. 10 at-bats, 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. It's another scrubbo there where they either pitch to him and he shoves it up him, or they walk his ass. If he gets put on base, that's why I chose him for the hits, runs, RBIs. I got a sneaky suspicion about this Dodgers taking an L tonight. But I think whether you walk him or you don't, he's getting his ass on base, and he's getting at least another one, which should help us cash that over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And that puts us at just a smidge under 21-1. Smidge. Let's see if we can't get that goddamn cash. Now I see a question, is Muncy in? I told you I spent some time doing this morning, so it would still make us, I believe it's 18-1 if he's not in, 17-1 maybe if he's not in, but I don't like seeing that in the chat. I don't like seeing that. Let me take a peek. Let me get my peepers on these starting lineups here. Let's roll around down the line. Fuck. All the umpteen sites I'm in for this and that for football are all popping their reminders out now. They're like, hey, don't forget, we're giving you free money. I see him in the 6th spot, but it's still projected. I haven't seen the official. Saturated. I mean, I think that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Shout out to Wine Time in the house. I see you, my dude. Appreciate you. Ricky Bobby, my dude out there. Ramos. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Let's get to work here. He's good at taking games off, too. Sometimes I can't put it. Sometimes it's come out and I can't put it. Wow, jeez. I just better quit while I'm ahead. Obviously, I'm having some fun here. It's been a good week, and I want to keep her running. So positive vibes, baby. Let's go. Mr. Tomatoes, if we need to follow up and you want me to draft a tweet, DM me. I'll send it to you. I'll even like and reply with a comment every single time you send it on Monday, because I'd love to get this train rolling down the station, baby. Let's go. Astros and Orioles. Here we go. Game number 1 for me on the card. I see some Reds in Cincinnati action. And or Reds in Pittsburgh action. I like Pittsburgh in that game. It's nothing official for me. 74% of the bet, 76% of the cash on the Pirates. They open up at plus 100. They've moved to minus 112. And I'm not liking what I'm seeing out of Farmer with a 2.67. Remember, this is that time of year. These pitchers start to kind of stretch their arms out a little bit. They kind of get to that wall where it's just that much harder to recoup and recover. It's almost like if you're a golfer, are you a better golfer the very last week of the season? Or is it somewhere around July and August timeframe that you're really out there smacking? At least if you live in New York State. Unless you're like me and I played all the fucking time. It didn't matter rain, sleet, or snow. I was always a fucking go. And speaking of going on this Astros-Orioles game, you'll see the deal. The Cans, you guys know the deal from yesterday. I can't change it now. We're 1-0 since the new name. It's not the new name. It's the same as the old name. It's just our name that we're using it while we keep running with these guys here. The Cans opened up as minus 116 road favorites against the AL East home team. 63% of the bets and 71% of the cash on the Stros. The Cans, excuse me. The trash cans. The cheaters. They're now minus 120. Cash coming in. Line moving that direction. Reverse line movement on the total. Not many of these today. I looked at this card. I thought this is one of those days. Lots and lots and lots of overs. This one opened at 9. It's down to 8. 88% of the bets and 84% of the cash on the over. Which I get. You got Maury Povich pitching for the Baltimore Orioles. He's got himself a 5.77 ERA. He's 1-6 on the season. He's kind of got that bag of shit criteria, right? But on the other side of things, Cy Young criteria. Hunter Brown. Remember I said almost a 12 ERA to start the season. 12.00. His ERA is now 3.82. 11-7 on the season. Not to mention the Astros time of year, right? Early in this team's not built to fuck around in April and May. They can dismiss a bunch of losses because they're built to go out and smash. And while they're smashing, we're going to be cashing because this is a great spot for us to jump in and take advantage specifically of these Cans. You know, as I was looking at these guys, a couple things that popped off, but the biggest one for me, it looks to me like, what does it look to me like? Let me find it here. The Stros, 15-0 spot. Since June, remember what I said? April and May, they fuck around, they don't care. Since June, now things start to matter. Since the month of June, when they go out there and fuck a team up, they're 15-0. How do I define fuck a team up? They win by multiple runs. What did they do yesterday? They fucked the team up 6-0. They're in a 15-0 spot after that situation. Also, nice little 30-18 run for this kind of middle of the season run for these Astros in this position as well. So definitely going to open our card up. Feel really strong about this one. And I mentioned, you know the deal. I talked about AL East teams at home. Least profitable division in baseball. Going to start our day off with some cans, baby. Let's roll on. Let's roll forward. Let's talk about this game here. We got this Juan Soto game that I mentioned. And what's not to like, right? We're looking at this Yankee spot here. It's the Rockies. I love this. You know what? If you asked me which my favorite play of the card was today, I'd have a tough time answering because there's some really great spots here. The Yankees are fucking crazy. Minus 298 now, minus 350. I've used the F word. We need an F-bomb counter. Feels like I've used it a lot already. Self-aware. 96% of the bets, 97% of the cash on the Yankees. Everybody loves the Yankees. They went from minus 300 to minus 350, which is, I guess, deserve it. 8.5s for the total with 94% of the bets and 92% of the cash on the over. Then we look at the pitchers. Now, I've said before, I'm not a big Rodon believer. I feel like he's a little overrated. He's got that 4.34 ERA, 13-8 on the season. Okay. Flip side, I see Kyle Freeland. Here's the misleading thing about Kyle Freeland. He's got a 5.97 ERA. He's not good. Not only is he not good, but he's letting up so many runs his teams are losing. He's 3-5. We look at this series, this opportunity. This is the move forward position for the Yankees. They battled the Guardians, and they beat some ass. 6-0, 8-1, and they lost that first game of the series 9-5. But we know the Guardians, top 5 bullpen, top 5 hitting, just good, strong, solid team that's trying to make a nice postseason run. And the Yankees came in there, and they gave him the old pimp slap. Powdered up the hand and right in the bat. Now we look at this game, though, with Rodon. I told you I'm a little concerned. That being said, what I do know about some things here is Freeland is a freak of pitching nature. This dude pitches better at home. He's got almost an 8 ERA on the road. And he somehow plays better in that environment, which is bad news for a team that gets a lot of walks. Why do they get a lot of walks? Because of Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. Aforementioned in the parlay, you pitch to them or they shove it up your you-know-what. They also show plate discipline because they're an incredibly composed team. You've got Gleyber Torres, Giancarlo Stanton types of guys out there. Even a scrub like DJ LeMahieu, who our boy put in a 9-hole and said that's one of his favorite spots today. It's a great price. It's going against Freeland. Terrible. In fact, Freeland, his last game, I believe it was at home, and he let up 5 earned runs. And he gave up 8 bases. So the guy's, not only is he bad on the road, but he's leaking like a sieve. And that led me to good old play number 2. Numero dos. Play number 2 is the Yankees. The first 5. The team total over 2.5. Not laying minus 150 for minus 1.5. I don't know if the Yankees need to go out there and crush the lives and souls right out of the Rockies or not. But I feel them boys are good enough at the top of the order to get through there and smack on this dude to get that first 5 team total over 2.5. I love that play got put in play. Once we started putting that in play, it has been a great money maker. And we're going to take it back and we're going to see if we can't roll with it. Coin says LeMahieu is, or Muncy is out. Well, look, nothing I can do about it. That parlay's in. That parlay's in, and I can't undo it. So let me see. It's still going to pay 17 to 1, I believe. You know, just because the guy gets out doesn't mean, just means the rest of you guys can't benefit from dropping him in there. My lineup tool is sometimes a little behind, but that's such a late game that it might not have updated yet, and it doesn't look like it has. So, I'm not going to give you guys another one on the fly. You know, if it pays 17 to 1 or 18 to 1, then it's going to be a 4-legger today. Because I don't want to. I've already got it in there, and I can't cancel I can on one site, but I'm going to take a hit because if the value's gone down, I did this thing this morning. So that's why late is great. Late betting is great betting. That's why I've been finding them dubs. Let's roll on. But I appreciate the update for sure. For sure. Thank you, my dude. Coin. Let's go. This is crack the over. Book it. Kelly D says, when the Yankees win, it's by the run line. Brian Smith says, digging the over. Yanks. Here's what I looked at. The Yankees to win and the team total over 4.5. That Naley missed the cart. Let's see. We got time. My PFL play doesn't start till 9:15 tonight, so I didn't want anybody to miss it. Dominic Walker, I see you, my dude. It's like anything else. We talked about this during the Dana White Contender Series. Some of these lesser promotions, we'll say, right? The UFC is kind of the NFL of football standards. Probably the LFA is like the CFL. and then, probably PFL is maybe college football, if you were going to rank them in terms of the popularities of MMA sports. You got to, if you're going to get involved with some of these books shut these things down early because they know that there's a lot of sharp bettors on those packages. So as that line moves towards the end, they shut those lines down because they know they're going to get cleaned if they don't. And there's a couple books out there. So just make sure you guys check them out. I don't want to promote anybody on the show because, one, we're not compensated for it. And two, a lot of those compensation deals mean that when you lose, we win. And I don't roll like that. So, if you want to DM me on the back end, I'm happy to share some of those books that do, but kind of a line in the sand for us sports money crew. So let's roll on. Let's go Arizona, Boston, you guys. Let's get her done. Arizona, Boston. We'll keep this thing. We'll pick up the pace. I'm ready for a cocktail. So let's in fact pick the pace up so I can get to that cocktail. 7:10 p.m. The Arizona Diamondbacks on the road against the Red Sox, an AL East team that's at home. Boston Red Sox, home AL East team. 71% of the bets, 59% of the cash. If you guys have been listening, you know exactly why I keep saying that, right? Not profitable at home, very profitable on the road. Speaking of the devil, now we got a Muncie spot who's out of that lineup, and we got a road AL East team. Anyways, 71% of the bets and 59% of the cash on the Red Sox. 81% of the bets and 82% of the cash on the over. It's Nelson and Bello. Kind of an even split for these two dudes too, right? I mean, Nelson's got that 4.35 ERA. He's 8-6 on the season. Bayo's got that 4.8 ERA. And, he's 11-5 on the season. Look at these two teams, right? They're kind of two teams. I don't even want to say they're going in opposite directions, but, when you look at kind of this Boston team, I guess, as far as kind of recent performances, if you want to try to isolate some spots and, they played Houston on the road, but we also have a road team playing a team that's returning home for the first game. Ergo the Red Sox, right? Back-to-back series against Baltimore and then Houston. And as we dig deeper, we got two pitchers that probably should shove. Since July, Bayo, 25% strikeout rate, 9 starts. 5 or more Ks in 7 starts. Every one of his last 4 starts, he's gotten that number plus. The Diamondbacks, not a big strikeout team, 18.5%. But based on those numbers, I'm expecting to see a little Bayo shove action. Then we look at Nelson. Brian Nelson spells his name like a dick. 6 or more strikeouts in 5 of his last 6 starts. 9 in 3 of those games. It's a bad package for the Boston Red Sox. Not only is one of their studs shoving, he's exceptionally shoving. 9 Ks in 3 games is right up there. No way this guy. I mean, they priced his line at 5.5. I would look at his K. I don't normally just give out a straight K line, but I like that line. This total is priced to the moon, though. 9.5s and 10s, which is absolutely fucking crazy to me. Absolutely F-bomb counter saturated. Look, here's the two spots I got for you guys in this game. I mentioned these two pitchers I expected to shove. I think we're not even halfway for this number. If you got the 10, the halfway point. Now, it's a little pricey for the 5.5. It's a little pricey. But Boston's bats have kind of gone through that roller coaster. They're hot, they're cold. They're hot, they're cold. They're coming back home for the first time. It's definitely that travel situation. And then we look at these totals now. There's a 5.5 at -130 at DraftKings. You catch a 5 at even money. And then there's 4.5s out there in some of the marketplace as well. So good news for us. DraftKings or FanDuel does not have the best number. If you want to look at the team by the X's and the O's, the righties, the Arizona rather, versus right-handed pitchers, they're smash and bashers. I think up and down the lineup, even when you start looking at like what happens after these two pitchers who shove come out, well, the bullpen should still go out there and kick some ass for Arizona. I think it's just a bad schedule spot for Boston having to play a team that's just red fucking hot out of the NL. You got game one when you got a team that is on a heater. It's 318 and 229. It's 8-2. Hot teams stay hot. I told you before, they run in bunches. That's what's the beauty about the numbers behind the Major League Baseball season. And as much as we've got a long season now, we can really start to see some of this data mature. So let's keep going. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already. I don't want to have to stop and remind everybody. Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing for us here. Time and effort put into the card. All I'm asking you to do is smash the thumbs up. Fuck, I hate when I do this. Let me fix this. Okay. Next game on the docket. We're moving on pretty swiftly now. We got the Texas Rangers and the Guard. Now listen. Depends on how you like to play baseball. You may or you may not like these next three plays. Put it that way. The Guardians have 77% of the bets and 95% of the cash. Not a cent of movement in the Cleveland Guardians line. Not 1 cent. Not one. Maybe one. Maybe I lied. The early line was -134. Now it's -135. All the money coming in on Cleveland. Why shouldn't it? Texas is terrible. They're 59 and 69. Look how good the Guardians are. 73 and 54. Then we see a total. 90% of the bets, 88% of the cash on the over. I'm going to add a play. I'm going to do it right now. Right fucking now. Right this second. Right this second. There it is. It's plus 256. All right, here we go. Let's get to work. Now, this one, by the way, this one comes straight off the steamed sharp report. Was drinking some whiskey late last night, and it came in shortly, right before I went to bed, right before the PJs went on, and I tuckered myself in. And it was a Texas Rangers buy report. Heavy buy report. Texas Rangers. All that money pouring in on the Cleveland Guardians. I aforementioned their top 5 bullpen, their hitting ability. There's no way that we see them roll over and lose to the series with the Texas Rangers, right? How about Eovaldi? 3 earned runs or more his last 4 games. Terrible. They've lost his last 3 games. Remember what I said? 2s and 3s, right? 2s and 3s. It's hard for even a bag of shit to string together more than 3 losses or 3 wins. Also, the Rangers are 0 and 12 in series openers as road dogs. Based on that steam report, my theory is that O's got to go. I see all that cash coming in. I see no movement. The books are showing vulnerability and concern for the Texas Rangers. And I'm buying it. I'm buying in on it. It's a great price, 126. The spot that I added, the projected score for this thing was like 4.4 to 2.2 or something like. I think it was 2.3, something like that. So I went to the under 8. So I parlayed your grandma, dirty little grandma. She's wearing them sisters panties again. We'll make that our play of the day. It's plus 256. The Texas Rangers in the under 8 plus 256, not 7. We're already going to get that plus 126 money with the Texas Rangers winning. We want the 8. We want that extra run just to null and void. And if it does happen to fall on 8, and maybe it's a 5-3, that's the case, then I still want to get another unit put in there on that Texas side of things. So make sure you shop appropriately. Make sure when we do these that your books allow that. Like some of them will pre-book the parlay for you. And then if one side wins and one side pushes, like if it does end up 5-3 and Texas wins and it's an 8, they'll just void the bet. Don't use those books for these. These are same game parlays. Put the two together. You want to get paid at least something if one side pushes. Just I've seen some books out there do some squirrely, funky shit that y'all need to be aware of when it comes down to that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're going to roll on with them Rangers, baby. Let's see. What do you guys have to say about that, huh? Try to Silent Rouse says, and we all looking. I don't think I didn't see what JPZ snuck in there on his today's play of the day video. I heard it. Sports Patton Brothers, my dude, JPZ. Man, it had to be fucking 5 a.m. JPZ. It looked dark, dude. It looked dark. It was early, my dude. Man. Peter Gracia says Texas Rangers have beat a team called the Guardians. The GWSYPP of the day. You know what? I wish I'd figured that out a long time ago, Nunya. It's a lot easier to type that in than it is anything else. So anyhow, guys, as I mentioned, we roll on. We move forward. JPZ. God, it had to be 5. I mean, it was like fucking early. And I saw smoke in the air on that second one, JPZ. I saw you, dude. And that was fucking early, man. Shout out to JPZ. Man, he gives you them free plays. Hopefully you guys check him out because he has been rolling. Okay, onward. Let's go. We got 2 Major League Baseball games left. We got a CFL spot. We got a PFL spot. We got a WNBA spot. So we got spot. It's like Spot the old dog here. Detroit Tigers. Big road favorites. Minus 166. 77% of the bets, 88% of the cash on the Detroit Tigers. Line started at minus 166. It's gone down to minus 150. We see the line total open at 8.5, sitting at 8.5, 88% of the bets, 89% of the cash on the over. Interesting. We look at recent performances and we see the Tigers. The Cubs took them down 2-1. They had one game with an explosion of run, and that kind of fell into our blown load theory, right? They won that middle game 8-2. They got blasted that next game 10-2, and they just looked poor. Not a great spot. On the flip side, guess who just won their first game in probably fucking forever? The White Sox, 6-2 against San Francisco on the road. Tough series, too, man. They had Houston. Then they hit San Francisco, and things ain't been easy. You see this, though, flexing with, he's got a 5.46 ERA. As much as I talk about that being bag of shit candidate, 2-12. I mean, he's not good. Can't sugarcoat it. It's got to be tough to come to work every day knowing you're just going to get fucking whacked around like a piñata at a Mexican festival. Doesn't have to be a Mexican festival. I remember being a kid and smacking a piñata with fucking blindfold on at an American festival. Just not fun. Knowing that stick's coming and it's just a matter of where it's going to hit you. And it hits him good. And he's spitting out candy every time it hits him. On the other side, you got Montero. For Detroit, 5.28 ERA. Scrubbo. 4 and 5. You guys, look. Chris Flexen Day was a real thing. He's got, 2 wins this year? I said it. I think they were both against the AL East Tampa Bay Rays, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where it was. I got to go back and look. Sometimes I got like a photographic. Don't play Pictionary with me. I'll fuck your shit up in Pictionary. And I play for money. The White Sox, 0-18 in Chris Flexen starts. This reminds me of Moneyball. Only one pitcher in Major League's last 20 or more years has gone over that mark. And as bad as these boys are, this White Sox line is coming down. Now, what I just did is I talked myself into some extra action. So this ain't for the faint of heart. Also, worth noting, we're going to play these next 3 games. I would play all 3 of them. I wouldn't just pick one, because a 2-1 is going to lead to some nice profit. And if you pick one and it happens to be the one, you're going to be pissed. Been there before. Been there many odd times. I'm adding the first 5 for the White Sox as well. I'm not adding the +0.5 though, because it is -114. I'm going to take the +124 for the first 5. The White Sox first 5 +124 and the full game. You know what? I'm going to add the under 4.5 as well. Bear with me. Bear with me. You don't see him on the screen. I haven't played him yet. So when I say I'm adding it, it's like that Yankees game the other day. I'm truly adding it. Just bear with me. Yeah, I know. I know. It's Chris Flexen Day. I know. 20 years? You guys remember the movie Moneyball? It's baseball. Shit finds a way to work itself out in the rough, and these are some 2+ money spots, and I think these are where we want to attack. And attack. We are. There we go. Load them up. White Sox first 5 under 4.5. I just locked it in at -110. We got the White Sox first 5 +124, and we got the White Sox full game. It's not +140 anymore. It is. It has moved down just a smidge, just a smidge to 136. 136 is the best number you can get out there now. So, moving in the right direction. Reverse line movement. I know. Well, I see you guys all chirping. I can only imagine who's chirping me now. Oh, no. Oh, no. What's going on here? What do we got? Sancho says, White Sox money line. Let's go, baby. Nunya says, she got you. Kelly V says, Detroit tomorrow. Ace Scooble. So bottom of rotation. 6 of last. KV. Say no more, KV. You had me at Scooble tomorrow. Let's go. Nunya says, Kelly, good looking. Saturate says, I'm not saying you shouldn't bet the White Sox. He's just saying he wouldn't bet the White Sox, I think, is what it is moving in there. Long track, man. Don't you get me jacked up about this White Sox play. I'll go back there and hit this fucking thing again. It's been a good week. So, I like to manage everything as one unit. So, Sancho says it's Freaky Friday. Angels and White Sox both cashing. And he says, God damn, Mikey, get that money. Oh, man. Sancho says, I'm telling all Mike's plus money spots today. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Yeah, Peter says, rest in peace, Billy Bean. That was a great movie, man. That was a great movie here. Here we go. We got some PFL action from our dude, Subhuman Gaucho. Ramazanov. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Ramazanov at +265 on Rivers. I'm just looking over for the Red X report. Sub, you're clean. It's a clean one. What's up, Michael Plana? My dude's in the house. It's good to see you, Mighty B. All right, you guys, we got one last baseball game. We still got action to play with, so stay freaking tuned. Whoa, I switched it up. Didn't hit the F-bomb on that one. Gotta hydrate. Hydrate before I dehydrate. It's critical. Let's It's how an expert drinks vodka at a championship level. The Seattle Mariners opened up at minus 155, have moved to minus 146. We have 85% of the bets and 89% of the cash on the Mariners. It's reverse line movement. Reverse line movement. Then we look at the total. 7.5 is dropped to 7s. 94% of the bets, 91% of the cash. If you don't know, now you know. They fired their coach, Seattle. They're starting Castillo, 3.51 ERA. He's 10-12. They're starting Birdsong for San Francisco, 5.01 ERA. He's 3-3. Mariners, they're bad. They're so bad their manager got fired. It's not just that they're bad, it's how they're bad. And they're bad at hitting. And you can't win if you don't hit. As much as San Francisco's got themselves 4 of their last 5 games to the under, you got to put runs on the board. And if you don't, you're fucked. It's that simple. We're not splitting the atom. You score, you win. You score more than the other team, you cash. If it's coin flippy and you got a bad hitting team, we've moved it to our favor. If I asked you to flip a coin 100 times, 50 times maybe it's heads, 50 times maybe it's tails. But if I just showed you that 55% of the time it comes to heads, you'd have to put your money on heads. Above 500 teams on the road against teams coming back home, 145-99. 145-99. We're locking in. Lock and load this San Francisco Giants team as well. Right now, the best number, plus 130. What number did I lock in at? What number did I lock in at? I got the 130. And there's 2 places for it right now, but it's dropping. Oh, shit. There's a 136 out there now. Or I guess I missed it. Fuck. That's all right. It's all right. Go get that 136 if you can. And I think you can. I don't get it. Everybody's pumping in on Seattle. Listen, I don't think the change of coach theory applies in baseball. You know, I know it does in hockey. I know it does in football, basketball. Like, you're tired of hearing the same voice over and over again, but the GM or the coach isn't going out there. The manager's not going out there telling the team to go hit at 200. Even if you're tired of hearing from the coach, it's still you versus the pitcher in that batting box 4 or 5 times a game, and you're not hitting. You're just not doing it. Taking San Francisco. That's it. Taking San Francisco. There's nothing else to say. Michael Blaine says, Bird shit is solid. Bird song is solid. Jump on his K-props. His strikeouts a lot of batters and versus the Mariners who strike out more than anyone. Hell yeah. Nani says my books won't let me. This PFL, LFA, Dana White Contender Series, and the road to UFC, by the way, starts tomorrow as well. I think it's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or is it tonight? No, LFA. It's PFL and then LFA tonight. And then it's UFC and road to UFC, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow. Just check your books. Make sure that, you know, and if you miss one like this week, don't let it happen again next week. You know, go find another one that can, you know, even like I've got some books that are just, I got one book that's just exclusively my Dana White Contender Series book. That's it. They leave the lines open the longest for me. You know, I'm not a big, I do like to sprinkle shit around, you know, but Dana White Contender Series aren't fire big bombs like we do on Saturday types of shit either. So anyhow, he says, Michael B says, I thought road to UFC is tonight. Could be. I thought it was tomorrow. I thought it was. Road to UFC. It is today. Fuck. Oh, that's right. That's right. How could I forget? It is today, and it goes really fucking late. So great. Either I smash them tonight or I don't come around tomorrow. So it's going to be one of them kind of nights. It's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. Okay, let's go. We got 3 things to get into here. 3. 3 spots. 1, the Canadian Football League. We got the Hamilton Tiger Cats. We got the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And I'll keep it short and sweet for you guys here. Let's keep this one short and sweet here. Taking Winnipeg. First and foremost, shout out to the Argonauts last night. Big win for us. I forgot whose ticket it was that I saw. And he's like, I looked away. I thought we lost this game. And he had the Bears. The Bears in there. It was, dude, I know. I saw it. I think I commented on it. I think I said we won by the Rouge. Anyways, the Tiger Cats. Average defensive team, maybe. The Bombers starting to figure shit out. Came off probably their back-to-back wins. Looking pretty good. Starting to catch a groove. This one to me is the situation where the Tiger Cats, they haven't covered in 7 of 10. It's a big number for a reason. And this is one of those spots. Go figure. I talked about this yesterday. Canadian football teams. Good at home. Shit on the road. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers, they split their games on the road. They split their last 8. They've won their last 3 at home. Tiger Cats, 3-game losing streak. Tiger Cats, 1-4 on the road this year. Who's throwing for them? Now, yesterday was different because both these quarterbacks were firing at around a 72% season average. Bo Levi Mitchell. Good old Bo. You get Bo for anybody that remembers draft day. And you don't want Bo. 68.1%, 19 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. This team is air raid or nothing. And that happens to play into the strength of the Blue Bombers for me. I'm on the old Blue Bombers. Now, this line has moved. 10.5 is now 11 and catching steam. It's an 8:30 start. I'm rolling and I'm laying the big number because I believe it's that big number for a reason. You're poor at defense. You lean heavily on the offense and passing, and you're playing a team that can stop the pass. It's a bad recipe with we see late action coming in here on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Give me some Winnipeg. Let's go peg, baby. Peg. All right. I don't have graphics for these last 2. So guys, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't done so yet, smack it so we can cash it. Give us all blessed action with this Blue Bombers spot tonight. So what do you guys want first? Let me double check. Let me double check. All right, let's start with the WNBA. Fuck it. How about that? I'll make an executive decision here for all of us. And we're going to look at this 9:30 Battle Royale. We talked about this one the other day. The Aces and the Lynx. This one was in Vegas. It's now that second spot, back-to-back situation, change of venue. And it's a double revenge spot for the Aces. Not only is it a double revenge spot, but if you remember, the Aces were laying down around 7.5. It actually was 6.5. And it got steamed up to almost 8, I believe, by the time the game had started that previous game. Now here they go after getting busted up. I want to say they lost by, I don't remember. Was it 8? I don't remember the exact number. It was a full flip, I thought, from the total number itself. Yet this line opens up. And we see that the team that's lost twice goes on the road and they open up as a favorite. Well, they didn't. But they've been catching some steam. They open up as a 2-point dog. 56% of the bets on the Aces. Total's dropping. I always like to see those unders correlate with the favorites because they're shutting down the other team. And remember the last game. This was offense versus defense. One of the number 1 offenses, Olympic gold medalists on the Aces, offensive galore. Kind of fell into that funk, right? The Lynx defense stepped up. I didn't think that would happen. I thought the Aces at home would be comfortable after losing that first game here. But now we're rolling into this double revenge spot, and it's an opportunity I want to take advantage of. We see the lines moving in that direction. I locked it in at 2.5. It's an official spot for me. Now, the Lynx are 4 in a row. But I think we're starting to see some stabilization, or it's expected anyways. because they're now 3 games removed from that All-Star break and coming back. So it's just like anything else. Once they get a little bit more traction underneath them, everyone kind of finds their feet, settles in. Defense okay for the Lynx. They had a couple of key pieces that were in the Olympics. On the Aces side of it, though, lots of offense, lots of players that were kind of out of there. And for a team that runs on the offense, I fully expect that those girls were tired. You know, they went 1-2 coming back. They beat the Sparks. Well, everybody beats the Sparks. 87-71. They kicked the shit out of the Sparks. Didn't cover, by the way. So I think it gives us another little component to be concerned with here. They lose to the Liberty, probably the best team in the WNBA, the Liberty. They were laying 3.5. They lose by 12. They play the Sparks, 16.5. They win by 16. They play the Lynx, 7-point favorites. They lose. They get dogged by 11 points. And now they're going on the road, and they're opening up as they're a favorite. I got the 2.5. Counting on these girls figuring it out. I think offense reigns supreme. It's a Friday. If you buy into that narrative, you know they like to see points. They want to see scores. Everyone's going to be showing up to show out. I want some points. I want to see the offense go lower with this Aces team, and I'm okay with 3. You know, I think if it gets past 3.5, though, I wouldn't get to the 4. I do expect this to be. I've got this one penciled in as a 4. It's like a 4.2 was my margin on this game. So I'm okay with 2.5. It's a bucket. It's a hotter offensive team, and they've got the motivation with double revenge on their mind. And then PFL. Let me share with you guys. Let me bust you off a little PFL. Got a little matchup between kind of a little interesting spot for me. We got Tyler Diamond. That's my guy. Tyler Diamond's who I'm riding with tonight. I got him at plus 110. It's 9:15, I believe, is the start time. 9:15. Try to come in here and give you guys a little plus money spot. Dude works out at the Team Alpha Male gym. I'm a big proponent of the Team Alpha Male gym. Tell you what I'm not a proponent of. I'm not a proponent of things like the Pitbull Martial Arts Center. Here's why. Sometimes I think these guys are arrogant assholes, and they don't get along with their coaching staff, or they've got their own way. They're just alphas, and they just can't learn from somebody else. So what do? Because they got a couple dollars in their name, they say, fuck it, I'm going to go do my own thing and open my own gym. And so every time they run around, they're strutting around like a fucking peacock with their chest put out there. And anybody else that comes around is just helping keep the lights on, because everyone's focused on helping a guy like the Pitbull family figure it out. So Enrique Barzola falls into the Pitbull Martial Arts Center. Not only that, he's a kickboxing dude as well. In fact, his primary situation is as a kickboxer. Barzola is a guy that's had himself kind of the gauntlet. He's fought in the UFC, had a 6-3 career in the UFC, all the way back from 2015 to 2020. 4-2 in Bellator. He found his way to PFL by way of that Bellator PFL merger. Since he's come over to PFL, he's 0-2. And he's a fucking decision guy. He's got 5 knockouts. He's 11-8 to decisions in his career as well. I think the word on the street is he does focus a little too much on kickboxing, and he's trying to evolve and adapt. And again, I don't think Pitbull's the guy to help him do that. Now, it's conflicting because I like these Peruvian fighters that come in. I just something about the way these guys roll. And if you watched First Strike, you'll see the Peruvian that I'm on this week in the UFC. But on the other side of things, I mentioned Tyler Diamond, Team Alpha Male. He's coming off of back-to-back wins. He's 2 years younger. He's got 5 knockouts in his career. He's 2-1 to the sub, but he's 7-2 to the decision. And when I looked at this one here, again, it was kind of that situation where I thought, is it a coin flip? And if it is, I want the plus money because both these guys are decision specialists now, it seems like. And the guy that finds a way to be more technically proficient, at least in the skill of MMA, not kickboxing, but MMA, is the Tyler Diamond sack factor here. And we're getting steam coming in on it. So apparently the number 102 featherweight in the world and the public are starting to agree with what I'm seeing with Tyler Diamond versus the number 122. I think the wrong guy opened as a favorite. Now the line's correcting itself. We'll close the show out with a PFL pick on Tyler Diamond, you guys. How about that? We got you guys some MLB. We got a nice player prop parlay. We got some CFL. We got some WNBA. And we closed it out with some PFL. So let's get to work. Let's get that cash. Shout out to my guy, Razor Sharp Picks. Dustin says that, oh man, it's 120? It's 120? Oh man. Silent Robs is where we streaming at tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. We got a big stream tomorrow. Speaking of my guy, Razor Sharp Picks, the Travers, the crown jewel of racing at the crown jewel of American racetracks is the Travers, and that will be popping off tomorrow. Our guy Razor Sharp's going live. You may see your boy Pimp Slap out there making some moves. And of course, 7 p.m., we are live going after that UFC money. We got baseball. We got college football back in play. All kinds of things going on there as well. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Hey, Mike, can you post JMac link to YouTube? CMac? CMac? Is that what you mean? I can. I will. I'll repost it for sure. There we go. Look at this. Look at Razor Sharp, dude. As soon as you posted that, it just hit me. It's going to be a long day tomorrow. 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. They got ponies. 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. They got fighters. Man, oh man, it's going to be an adrenaline dump tomorrow. Yeah, man, Chris, I'll post it on Twitter. I'll repost it right after this. Appreciate all you guys and girls coming in, man. Again, I appreciate you guys. Without you, I wouldn't be here, right? Fuck, I want to come out and I look at myself way too much with these streams. Way too much. The beard's getting gray. It's been gray for a minute. Just a revelation of just how gray it is. But I love you guys. I appreciate everybody coming in here on the regular to hang out, do this thing up, support my crew, man. Go check out Razor Sharp Picks. Make sure you get on board with what he's doing tomorrow. You're going to make that cash. Go check out my boy C-Mac. Make it Mac, Daddy. Doing that college football. Don't get me started, Razor. Don't get me started. Put an hour and 14 minutes in for the crew today. Don't get me started. Sancho, let's go, man. I appreciate you guys. Chris, Saturated. Mitch, Morber in the house. Silent Rob, Dustin, David Wallace, Michael Buena. Coin, Smoking Mirrors, 8K8, UPS guy. Doe T, David Wallace, man. Skunk Blaster, Tarek B. Appreciate every single one of you guys and girls, man. We're going to get this money. We're going to have a great time tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then we're going to rest. We're going to recharge. We're going to get reloaded because we got college football week 1 next week. We got the NFL the week after that. And man, we're right around the corner from the NHL, the NBA, and all kinds of fun things for the fall. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday. You know the deal, man.